Yep, ready.
All right, we're gonna get started. Daybreak, the ladder map, it's a pretty good map. It's kind of weird to go mech on, which is kind of the reason I chose it, just because of how far away that third base is. So when you translate it over to other maps, it should be a little bit simpler for you. I feel this is one of the hardest maps to do mech on. So you're gonna open up standard, 10 depot. You're gonna wall off, of course, a standard opening. 12 racks, 13 gas.
Do I take a second gas anytime soon, or I'm gonna fast expand? Yeah, I'm fast expand.
Fast expand. You're gonna stay on the 1 gas. You gotta start mining, bro.
Okay. I was looking at something. My bad.
It's all right. Just a little bit behind. The mech is a pretty solid style. I feel you can go mech up until mid-high masters. Once you get around that point, though, you really need to start working on your marine tank or different styles of mech. But with this style, it can get you pretty far. But once Zergs realize that, oh hey, I can macro and just make a bunch of roaches and win, it becomes a little bit difficult. You have to have perfect positioning in that situation, as well as Ravens. Now, I do like the fact that you're setting your rally point down here for your 10th SCV to get that depot down. I'm glad you're doing that. Everything looking pretty solid on your end. Nothing crazy going on. Where are you in platinum? Are you about mid, low, high?
I just fell out of top 8 because I started losing against TVP and TVZs.
Okay. Now you're gonna build that. You're gonna build the racks, of course. Now I prefer to scout with this SCV and then send an SCV down to build the barracks. So go ahead and send a scout across the map. This is a nice time to scout. You want to see if he's doing any pull shenanigans. Any form of fast roach rush. You're getting your gas on 13, perfect, everything looking good. Constantly build SCVs. I'm gonna teach you a nice little marine thing. It might be a little micro intensive. Your macro might slip a little bit. We're gonna try it. What you're gonna do is, as this barracks finishes, you're gonna build a marine. You're gonna cancel one of those SCVs. There you go. Only just cancel both. I like to build a 16th SCV because I just think it's awkward just sitting there. A lot of pros do it. A lot of pros don't do it. So if you want to stop at 15 supply and build an orbital, that's fine. Build the wall off. Now you're gonna queue up 2 marines. You're going to kill off this drone with one of them. Don't build any more marines. Get ready to build the factory. You're going to build the factory with the SCV that's building that depot. You're going to build it right beside that barracks. You got to kill that drone before you can move out, though. Go ahead and build the factory. Kill the drone. Dealing with the marine can be a little bit of a problem. Now the problem with that factory is you can't move your barracks over enough to fit the reactor in. So you gotta be careful where you place that factory. You normally want to place it right above. I don't think you'll be able to get the reactor right there. But go ahead and build the reactor on the barracks, and I want you to send those 2 marines across the map. You're gonna try and do a little bit of harassment. So the way this works is you build your first 2 marines, and you're gonna send them straight across the map. And if you can kill at least 1 drone with those 2 marines, it's a good trade. If you lose the 2 marines, it's not the biggest deal, it's just 2 marines. But you want to just try and gun across the map as soon as that second one is finished, and try and snipe a drone. Now, go ahead and build 1 Hellion. Actually, no, cancel that Hellion in Command Center on the low ground. Your reactor was just a little bit late, so normally this would sync up just a little bit better. You're going to lift that over, put that up. Build a supply depot as well so you don't supply block yourself. Control your marines, poke them forward a little bit, build 2 Hellions, put the barracks on the low ground. Are you going for that that Overlord? That is huge. Micro Marines just a little bit, go for that Overlord. If you can kill it off, that would be huge. Keep target firing, don't go for the Queen, just right-click the Overlord. Right-click the Overlord. Let the Marines die. If you can get that Overlord, that would be huge. And you got it. Huge, huge, huge. So, keep building units, take your second gas, keep rallying Hellions down to the low ground, land that barracks, build a tech lab, and start your second factory. Queue up 2 more Hellions. Build a supply depot. Oh no, your command center is about to finish. Okay, so queue up 2 more Hellions. Keep the go ahead and clean up the Zelnaga towers in case there's lings with those 2 Hellions. And set your rally point across the map. You only have 1 Hellion queued up, so queue up that second Hellion. Go for those Zelnaga towers. Just clear them up. Keep building harvesters. Drop some mules at your planetary or your natural. Make that into an orbital. Now this is the 7-minute mark and you scouted no speed, so go ahead and put a bunker down. If you're at the 7-minute mark and you scout no speed when your Hellions get across the map, put a bunker at your natural and build a Marauder just in case there's roaches. It's a nice little timing there to know. 7-minute mark, no speed, build a Marauder. Now build a tech lab on that factory itself. If you were originally going to transfer it, keep in mind that you were originally going to transfer that. But because you scouted no speed, 7-minute mark, that's very, very important for the roaches. Now poke up there, see what you see, and you see roaches. So you're going to go back home, you need to be very careful. Take your 3rd gas at your natural base. Now if you select all your SCVs mining minerals, you have just under 16. So you want to put 1 more SCV up top. Okay, your factory tech lab has a tech lab on it now, so build a siege tank. Build more Marauders. Keep building those Marauders. Put the Marauders in the bunker. Start siege tech. Transfer guys into your 3rd gas now. I like the fact that you're building a supply depot wall. That is very smart. Build a 2nd factory, a 3rd factory as well, and put it on the tech lab. Lift up that barracks and build it right there. Like you're poking out with your Hellions. That's smart.
You want to build another factory?
Yeah, build a factory on the tech lab that has the barracks. Now you scout the roaches, you scout the lings, back up your Hellions, back up your Hellions. Get SCVs around that barracks. And set to repair mode. Alright, so you thwarted his push for now. Move your siege tank to the low ground. Put SCVs back on mining for now. Keep that slightly behind. Keep building Hellions. Hellions are just a nice buffer. They do a little bit of damage. Poke forward with one of your Hellions just to see if he's still out there. Build supply depot. You got 2 factories now, so you scout them. Get over there and repair. No, you do push them back. That is very, very good. Just be careful, though. Now, keep repairing. You see that he keeps poking forward. Until you get siege check, keep those SCVs there, just in case. We don't know what he's doing. Look at that income tab. You're looking pretty good. Keep building those harvesters. Here comes roaches. Swing your SCVs around. Swing your SCVs around. Get those mules back on mining. You're going to hold this. That's good. Mules back on mining. Hit Control F1. It selects all idle workers. He's got more units streaming across the map. Lower, you have plenty of units to hold this off, but you might lose a couple siege tanks. More Hellions streaming down. I'm glad you raised that depot. Okay, lower that depot because now you have low units. Okay, now your siege tanks have siege mode. So go ahead, spread them out a little bit. Keep building SCVs. And the thing about mech is, you always have a lot of minerals. So go ahead and throw that 3rd CC in your main base. You're gonna need a lot of extra mules at this point. Keep building siege tanks. Go ahead. You already started Blue Flame. Excellent. Keep building those siege tanks. Get guys mining in your 3rd gas. Keep building those harvesters. Keep dropping mules. Keep building Hellions. Keep building siege tanks. Right now, you got to keep utilizing those siege tanks, the siege or the factories. You're getting close to supply block. Go ahead and throw down a depot. Keep building those harbors. Everything's looking good. Now double-click your Hellions, bind them to whatever control key you want, and go scout. See what you can see. Go clear those Zelnaga towers. You have Blue Flame now, so any lings are just going to get devoured by you. Now Smurf sees those lings. You see those lings. Try and micro grab a lot of them. And now you have a shitload of Hellions. Now this is the timing. After you hold off a rush like that, throw down that armory right now. You need to get that armory. Usually after you hold off any form of roach all-in, you want to get that armory immediately. Gotta be ready for the stores. Okay, so you clear up the Zelnaga towers. Now try and go harass them. I don't know where your Hellions are going right now. You want to go into that natural base, see if you have a weakness. If you have this many Hellions, and there's not a huge wall off there, okay, so you see he's taking a 3rd base, go into that natural base. See if there's a hole you can break through. Okay, you see roaches, you gotta back off. Back off. It's 2 scrying cars. Just run away. Don't micro against the links. No need to kill them. Until you get away from the roaches. Okay, you have siege tanks and marauders coming across the map. You don't want to do that. Bring those back home.
Oh shit.
Okay, add another factory. Get your. You need to get 2 more guys in that gas. Start building Thors now. Normally, you're supposed to build the Thors as soon as your armory finishes. Get ready to build a second Thor. As soon as you have enough minerals, go ahead and build that Thor now. Normally, you don't want to have your siege tanks this far forward. You want to have them behind your SCV wall, but this is fine for now. So your first Thor is halfway done. You queued up a siege tank in one of those armories. You don't want to be building siege tanks at this point.
Okay.
You have plenty of them right now. You want to get at least 3 to 4 Thors. You're supply blocked, so go ahead and build a couple SCVs. So now you see Milos, you want to pull those to your main, double-click all those SCVs, drag them away, run them away. Losing them, you need to run your SCVs away immediately. You have Thors about to pop out. Your first Thor's here, and go ahead and attack them. And this is why you don't want to have your siege tanks this far forward.
Okay.
You'll lose them to Mutilis just like that. Your Hellions are very out of position. You gotta be careful. Micro those back. Always want to have your stuff cluttered. Oh wow, those siege tanks are still out there. So you just lost 2 more siege tanks. He's going to your main base. You have 2 Thors now. Put 1 in your main base. Build your Thors as well as you can. So drag 1 of those Thors to your main base. He's back in your main, so transfer SCVs down. Keep building Thors. Keep building SCVs. Or you don't need to lift off that orbital. Keep that orbital on the low ground. Keep that orbital landed. You don't need to transfer that yet. Transfer that Thor from the low ground up. Keep attacking them. Keep building Thors. Keep building Thors. You got another one about to pop out. Always tap or pressure factory so you can see when stuff's going to finish. Attack that new Thor you have. You're doing pretty. You're handling this okay. Income tab. You're a little bit down now, so you need to constantly be building harvesters out of all 3 of these. Keep dropping minerals. All 3 rally to your main base. All 3 rally to your main base. Swing back into your main base. Make sure you always have a Thor in that main base. You got second Thor popping out. Attack with it. Keep building harvesters. All 3 command centers rally to the main base. Get guys mining at your natural because right now you have none mining in your main. As SCVs show up here. You built 2 armories on accident. You don't want to build 2 early or this early.
I was gonna go for double, but then you rest. So
yeah, you don't want to go for double this early. It's very too cost heavy on the gas because you're already starved on gas. So you have a lot of minerals right now because you're very low on gas. So go ahead and build another command center. Transfer guys into each in your main base. The left gas, put 3 guys in there. Leave 1 Thor at your mineral line. Oh, you do have one there. Good, good, good. Okay, so now's a good time to keep building those siege tanks. Double click all your Hellions. Send them across the map. See if you can scout anything. Keep building harvesters. Build an extra command center because you're still floating a lot of minerals. You're currently supply blocked. You do have a... There you go. Rebuilding those ones. Get that command center. Oh, you do. No, you don't. Build that command center. You need to build another command center. Anytime you're sitting over 600 minerals and you can't spend it because you're gas starved, build a command center. Doesn't matter if you have 5 orbitals in your main base. Keep adding on command centers. Now click on one of your armories, get the +1 weapons. Keep building Hellions because you can afford a lot of them.
should I take a 3rd right now and position my army?
Yeah, go ahead and take a 3rd. You see the Muta count's very low, and note this. The thing about his Mutas, he's down to 5 of them, the count hasn't grown in the slightest. This means he's probably transitioning into roaches. So at this point, you want to start that full siege tank account or siege tank production, which is what you're doing. Go ahead and add on another factory. Build another command center. One of your gases at your natural has 4 people in it. Another one has 2, so transfer 1 of those in it. So this would be a good time to take a 3rd base. Go ahead and build an engineering bay. You have so many Hellions, holy hell. Just double click all your Hellions and send them across the map. See if you can do any form of harassment, because you have a shitload of Hellions. And then now you see all of these roaches. So now you know he's got burrow roaches. You killed off all your Hellions. Make sure you keep scanning your army. Don't want these burrows to get underneath you. And you did a pretty good job at cleaning this Luckily, that move out of the Hellions made him unburrow, because losing that would have been very, very unfortunate. So build a turret now at your natural base. Your third base does have a burrowed link, so send a couple Hellions over there and scan. You're going to transfer a lot of SCVs from your main base down there as well. Keep building siege tanks, keep building Hellions. Yep, +1/+1 about to finish. Go ahead and start your your second and third gas at your third base, as well as build a sensor tower down here. As mech, you want to use sensor towers as much as possible. Now you scout the Lings there, you see them on your mini-map, he's right by your third base. You need to get those Hellions down here, you have a lot of them, and remember they have blue flame and 1/1, so they will devour speedlings. Gotta get your Hellions down there. Okay, go ahead and start that double gas there at your third base. Keep producing siege tanks, go ahead and add on an extra factory, and start 2-2 when you can afford it. Keep dropping mules there. You have another... Okay, so build another command. You're sitting on 1,200 minerals, so go ahead and build another command center in your main base. It's okay to do this. Just have them all over the place. If you have 8... Like I said, if you have 5 orbitals in your main base, that is fine. You have a lot of... You still have a lot... You're really oversaturated in your main base, so go ahead and transfer all those guys to your third base. Build a sensor tower down there, and you got to get that double gas. I want you to go ahead and scan his main base. You see the mutas coming in your main base again. You see that he only has 4, so he's obviously not committing this. So scan that main base. So you scout the hive. Hive means he's going Broodlord soon. So go ahead, throw down double starport. Keep upgrading those mech upgrades. Keep up with the siege tanks. Mix in a couple Thors now. Really need to build a sensor tower at your third base. You have Mutalisk attacking your main base. You got to get a Thor down there, or your natural base. And I want you to move out. See where your barracks is? That base right below it. I want you to move out and secure your base right there. Build a sensor tower out there. Move all your siege tanks up there. Because you know he's got some mutos, go ahead and build a turret at each mineral line. That new command center that just finished, lift that off, put it out there, and put a planetary fortress. On this map, if you put a planetary fortress here, you'll control the middle of the map for a very long time. So all of your units at the third base, take them all to the middle, except for 1 siege tank. Transfer that command center, bring all your siege tanks over, start building Thors. Remember, we know he's going, we saw the hive tech, so Broodlords are going to help a lot. Or Thors are going to help against Broodlords. Did you start that double? You need to build a double starport right now. Hit Control F1, transfer all of your guys to the middle of the map. All are those idle SCVs. At your natural base, you only have 3 guys in one gas, 0 in another. That is very oversaturated there, so that transfers over. You have 2 Thors at that mineral line as well. Transfer them down to the middle of the map. Build a planetary at that new base you're securing. Siege up over here. Not like that. You want to spread out all of your siege tanks. All of them clumped up, especially since we know he has burrow. Build a turret over here. You're adding on 1 starport, add on another, and build another factory. You want 2 starports and another factory. So you got, okay, there's a starport, so now build 1 more factory. Spread out your siege tanks a little bit more here. At your third base, remember, leave 1 siege tank there, and bring everything else to the middle. You have 2 Thors at the mineral line to your natural base, and you're very oversaturated there. Transfer all those SCVs at your natural base to your the middle of the map base now. And transfer those Thors down as well. You want to build a turret down here. Your starports are finished. Build reactors on them. Start 3-3. Get gas going at that new base as well. Go ahead and throw down 2 more command centers. Transfer all those Hellions to the middle of the map as well. And you need to get a turret here in the middle of the map. Really, really badly. Anytime you secure a new base and you know there's burrowed roaches, you want to build that turret. Very, very important. Siege up all your siege tanks in the middle. Still haven't transferred those Hellions. So now he's unburrowing on top of you. You might have to repair that planetary. Keep the scans going, but you're doing a lot of damage to him. You do have that 2-2, which is very, very helpful, and you devoured them pretty quickly. You lost a handful of siege tanks, but that's fine. Now, on your starports, you need to get those reactors going. We know you can have broodlords at any second. So on those starports, get those reactors going. Get guys going in your gas at your third base as well. You need to add on a 5th factory very bad. Click on your double armory and start that 3-3. 3-3 mech is very god mode. Transfer guys in the gas at your middle base. You need to add on a 5th factory, like in profuse amounts, very, very quickly. Your production's not going to be able to keep that. Transfer and set your rally point to the middle of the map. All your stuff is still rallied at your natural. Stop building Thors, start building siege tanks, and start building Vikings. You have the double starport now, build Vikings. You're actually supply block, drop a couple of supply blocks. You have a Thor at your natural base, move it to the middle of the map. Grab a handful of SCVs at that base and set them to auto repair and repair up all these Hellions and siege tanks. And start building only Vikings. Cancel everything out of your factories right now. Cancel all of that. Because you're supply blocked very badly. Cancel all of it. Cancel everything. 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 I want nothing building. Now build Vikings. You shoot up a shitload of Vikings. Oh, man. Add on 2 more factories. You're building more command centers. I like that. Now look at your center tower. You see those lings running by. Grab all your Hellions and run them to that third base. Kill all these lings. You already have Hellions sitting there, which helped out you a lot. Okay, so you did clear up supply. Build more Vikings. Oh, we already have that already queued. Add on more factories. You really, really need to add on more factories. Actually, you have Hellions in your natural or your third base mineral line. You need to take those out. There's still one there. You need to rebuild those command centers. Those command centers lost their SCVs. Go ahead and you need to add on more factories really, really badly. If you lose your army, you're only reproducing out of 4 of them. You're not going to be able to keep up with them. Now you have a handful of Hellions at your third base. Go ahead and double click them all. Send them across the map. See if you can kill any drones. Clear up some supply to build more Vikings. You need to get those command centers rebuilding at your third base. You have 2 of them not building there, and you need to get guys back in gas. You only have 1 guy in each gas there. Same thing at the middle map. You need to get guys in gas. Stop everything you're doing. I don't care if you're like your Hellions all your die while you're not paying attention. Get guys in each of your gases. That is the most important thing right now. So you are losing these Hellions to roaches. He's got 3-1. You're building more Vikings. That's fine. You're about to have 3-3, which is huge. As soon as 3-3 finishes, I want you to start 1-1 for your air units. Okay, so those command centers are finally finished. I want you to select the one that just finished, transfer it down to the bottom, and build a planetary, a turret, and a sensor tower there. Every time you expand as a mech. Planetary, after 3 bases. Planetary, sensor tower, turret. No, don't build the planetary there. Cancel that. You want to transfer it down. Cancel that one. Cancel the planetary. Transfer that down to the very bottom right base. Okay, so your 3-3 is finished. Double-click your armories. Start +1/+1 for your air units. Transfer 2 SCVs down there. Turret, sensor tower. Most important thing always. You have a command center at your natural or third base that needs to be warped into an orbital. And go ahead and send a bunch of SCVs at that third base across the map. Send about 16 of them.
To where?
Across the map. Kill them off. You can use pure mule from this point on almost. You really need to add on more factories. You're still on just those 4. If you lose your army, you will not be able to resupply. Sensor tower or your SCVs. See these broodlords? Double click your Vikings, send them forward. Go for these broodlords quick. Double click those Vikings, send them forward. You need to kill those Vikings those broodlords very, very fast. There you go. Send them all the way forward. He's got more roaches coming in. Make sure you player that planetary, your siege tanks are doing damage. You're not sending all of your Vikings forward, though. Okay, so his roach army is you're missing half your Vikings in this engagement, but you're coming out on top. Oh man, you're devouring. So I'm gonna tell you the supply right now. He is remaxing with 20. He's building 27 roaches right now. No, he's building. Holy shit. He's building 48 roaches right now, but you're still ahead on supply. At one point, you're up 100 supply. So re-siege all your siege tanks. See, the problem is, look how much you lost. You're still only on these 4 factories. You're still only on these 4 factories. So you could be maxed like instantly. Now you do have that +1/+1 on the way. No more Vikings. You have a shitload. Cancel those 4 Vikings you have building. You have way more than enough. You need to siege all your siege tanks right now. You didn't build a turret or a sensor tower at that 3rd base, so you don't know what's going on there. And you're making it into an orbital. Cancel it right now and build a planetary. Only build siege tanks at this point. You don't need Thors because you have so many Vikings. Start that 2-2 air attack. That's going to be very important. It's almost impossible for Zerg yeah, do whatever the hell that's called.
Try to take the capitals.
Now you're getting unburrowed on. You need to repair that planetary fortress. Siege up your siege tanks as well as you can. Repair the planetary. That's going to be your saving grace right now. You're losing a lot of supply. You need to build like 4 more Vikings. You have so much gas right now, you can build 6,000 factories. So go ahead and do that. Don't land your Vikings. No, pick them up. So set the rally point to your natural base. Because you're probably going to like just repair this planetary as much as possible. Keep right-clicking it. Spam right-clicking it. Your planetary is doing so much damage here. You do have another planetary over here. Keep scanning on top of him. He's coming up toward another planetary. Rescan that one. He's going to that bottom right-hand corner. That's fine. Lift off that planetary. Ooh, he keeps running around. I don't know what the hell he's doing. You just added on more factories. Make sure you need to build tech logs on them as fast as possible. Keep repairing that planetary in the middle. That's your saving grace right now. You have more siege tanks rallied down. They're getting killed. You need to be building Hellions right now, too. Well, repair the command center. Repair the planetary. Repair the planetary. Ah! So close. At your bottom right-hand base, turret, sensor tower. That is your saving grace right now. That is all you have for you. Factories in the main base, tech labs. Reproduce a little bit of your Viking count. Drop a bunch of mules at that bottom right-hand corner base. Get gas going there. Remine at the middle of the map. Start gas there as well. Keep rallying down units. Those 2 factories in your main base are still not tech labs. You got to do that right now. Stop whatever you're doing. I don't care if you're microing intensively. Make those tech labs this very moment. Factories in the main base. You have 2 of them just sitting there. They need to be tech labs. You're going to have to lift off one of them. That's fine. And right now, look how many minerals you have versus gas. You have to stop everything. Now, after you do the tech lab, you get that. Okay, there you go. That's good. Now, get gas situated. Bottom right-hand base. 3rd base. You need to transfer a handful of SCVs over to that 3rd base. Get gas going there. And then your middle map base. You did not build a sensor tower at your bottom right-hand base. You built 2 turrets. You got to get the sensor towers there. Very, very important. You have to be able to see what's coming at you. You have a lot of siege tanks here at your 3rd base, but remember what happened last time. You weren't siege. So spread your siege tanks out and get siege. Your turret sees the roaches at that planetary fortress. Repair it. Get surrounded on it. Quick. Quick, quick, quick. Quick, he's getting surrounded. No! Okay, you're losing that planetary. Transfer all your SCVs from the bottom right-hand corner across the map. Keep building siege tanks. You need to keybind those 2 factories that you built and start building siege tanks from those as well. At this point, I want you to double-click all your siege tanks, and we're going to try and kill them. We're just going to go across the map, because right now, that was your really last mining base. Good scan there, seeing the roaches. Adding a nice little soft amount. Move your siege tanks in position to where you can siege them, like kill them with siege tanks. Just kind of move down there. Right now, you're completely out of gas, so all of your factories need to be building Hellions. Siege up, siege up, siege up. Nice little slow siege there. Go ahead and scan. Oh, you do have turret. That's nice. Okay. Keep building like pure Hellion at this point. You have a bunch of unrallied factories in your main base. You need to rally those down. Go ahead and keybind your army. You don't have your army keybind, which is huge. Keybind all of your units, and we're just going to move across the map. At this point, we have to say screw it. We've lost our last rule of mining base. So keybind your entire army. That is the most important thing. And we need to just go for the kill. Go for the kill move. He's got more roaches coming in. Here he comes. Watch that planetary fortress. Be very careful. You're losing a lot of siege tanks here. You got more here, though. You have more up top. I think repair that thing, though. It's so super important. Okay, so now you have a shitload of siege tanks here right above your natural base. You need to go kill him now. Right now. So you need to keep on all your siege tanks. You have some that just took out that base right above you. Send them all across the map right now. You have ones above you too. You need to keybind them. You don't use... Oh, there you go. You have only 6 keybinds. There you go, 23. Now go across the map. We need to kill them right now. Go ahead and siege up the front half of them, not all of them, just the front half, and keep slow pushing forward. Slow pushing, turtle hopping. Scan. You know he's got the Roche thing. You gotta make sure you're constantly scanning on top of your army as well. Okay, so now you see he's trying to do a tech swap to meet us. Start building Thors right now. Unsiege all your siege tanks and try and bring them back home. He doesn't have many meters on top of you right now. Queue up Thors, but you're so gas starved just because you're not mining any gas at any bases. You can't even afford to build Thors. So at this point, it's a very awkward situation. Keep just try and attack. Unsiege all your siege tanks and just try and attack. Send all your Hellions and siege tanks across the map. Save all of your gas. Cancel those siege tanks and cancel all the siege tanks and build Thors. And cancel the air upgrade you have at your armory. You need to build Thors. Cancel the air upgrade at that armory so you can save as much gas as possible. Did it finish? It didn't. So build Thors, rally them down to this planetary fortress, and keep all your siege tanks hugging that right now. You need to wait to the Thors. If the Medos get to the Thors, all these siege tanks you have by the Zilnaga Tower and above it, move them to that planetary fortress. We have to hold on before Thors. If we don't get Thors, we're going to lose the game. Move those. No, don't siege them up there. Don't siege them up there. Bring them back. They're too far forward. They'll get sniped so easily there. He's got so many Medos right now. You have 5 Thors queued up. They're coming down to the base, but this is what I was talking about. You were too far forward. Now you're going to lose almost all of these siege tanks, and you won't have answers to the Roaches. So try and run to your factories. Run to your factories and get to the Thors that are about to pop up. Start building Hellions, too. You don't have the gas to build Thors? Build Hellions. He's going for that planetary fortress. You're going to lose that at your last real mining base. So now with these siege tanks, these Thors, and the Hellions you have rallied with you, you're going to try and win the game. It's going to be very difficult. Both of you are pretty mined out. Attack with your 3 Thors. It's the last chance you got. Now I want you to select your factories and right-click one of your Thors and just build pure Hellion at this point. Hellion Thor, your units are going to be rallied across to that Thor, and you're going to try and win the game right now. Let's go ahead and move across the map, make sure your factories are rallied to you, and let's go. Let's just go across the map. Hellions and Thors. I don't think you're mining any gas right now. You're like long-distance mining gas. Okay, cool. You got your gas mining at that bottom right-hand base. That is so helpful. So remember, just be careful not to let your Hellions get too far in front of you. Hellions and Thors. That's all you want to build. And as soon as you get on creep, make sure you're scanning your entire way. Remember, he does have those Roaches. And you're almost mined out. You probably have... Okay, that orbital in the bottom right-hand corner just lifted off. All of your orbitals lifted off. Ugh. How'd that happen?
How'd that happen? Oh my god.
You need to land all of your orbitals right now because they're very important to you. I think you have the 2. Okay, so keep slow pushing. You see the Roaches. You see the Roaches. Okay, so we're going to unsiege, and we're going to go top right-hand... Okay, don't unsiege. Don't unsiege. Okay, he's coming at you. Make sure your Thors are target firing those Mutalisks. And you just destroyed all of those Medos. Siege tank's doing so much damage right now. I can't believe you might win this. Okay, unsiege, top left-hand corner of the map. That's got to be really the only last mining base he has. Keep building those Hellions. Keep building the siege tanks. That's so smart you swap the siege tanks. Go for that top right-hand corner of the map. There's 2 possible bases he can have. Now you take on the middle. So you see there's a hatchery here. Go ahead and kill us. And the only other one is going to be in the middle center. Those are the only 2 possible bases he can have at this point. So Infestor's coming forward. You're going to go and get a scan on those. Those have so much energy. Okay, so you took out that base. Middle center base. You know which one I'm talking about? Not the one... Yeah, okay. Not the one that you had for the longest time. It's like it's that weird middle bottom center one to the right of the main base. You're gonna go down there. That's really his last mining base. You're leaving a lot of the Hellions behind, but make sure you keep rallied to this army. I don't know if your factories are still right. They still are. Okay, so keep moving across the map. That bottom center base. Keep going down there. You gotta go for that last mining base. See roaches here. Okay, so you know he's got roaches. Okay, you siege up, siege up, siege up. He's coming with roaches. Coming with roaches. Killing off his last real mining base possible. You saw the drones run away. I'm so glad you're chasing those with the Hellions. Alright, now go for the kill. Go for that main base. Alright, so go for that main base. Just go straight into the main base. Keep rallying units across the map. And I think that should be it. That should be it. Trying to figure out what you could be doing back home. You're just so mineral starved. You lifted off your orbitals again. I don't know why you keep doing that. Why the shittest Smurf still in this game? He's at 10 supply. Tell Smurf I told you to, or I told him to GG out. I don't think I get myself. Tell him I said to do that because he's wasting precious coaching time. Aww, Smurf seems upset. Okay.